Hey friends, today I want to talk to you about your God dream. Everybody's got a God dream. Even if somebody says that they don't, they're not telling you the truth. Every single person has a dream down inside of them. They have a destiny. They have something that they want to accomplish. Now, a lot of times people are afraid to step out and tell people their dream because they're afraid people might laugh at them. Well, I want you to know you got to get to where you will shout it from the mountaintop. And you have to believe in your God dream more than you've ever believed in anything else. And the way that you believe in your God dream is you keep a very, very close, personal, daily walk with God. You keep your relationship with God so strong, He will constantly encourage you, constantly equip you, train you, give you insight as you move forward in your God dream. Now, I want to give you the 12 D's from dream to destiny. I have given my life to completely chase the things that God has for me. I love it so much. I love going after the things of God. I never want to fit in the status quo. I never want to fit in a box. I don't ever want to be complacent. And I'm going to give you this advice right now. To complete everything that God has given you, you got to do two things. It's kind of like a bird. A bird has two wings. One, you got to fast and pray like it all depends on God. Then you need to work like it all depends on you. You got to learn your craft, your skill, whatever God has called you to, and you got to become a professional in your field. You got to work hard. You also have to sit there and fast and pray, because without God blessing your work, it's not going to work. Now, let me give you a few scriptures. 2 Chronicles 15:7. But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded. That is so powerful right there. That is a word to keep you moving forward. That is a word to keep you going towards the things of God. Psalms 20:4. May He give you the desires of your heart and make all of your plans succeed. That right there is good, because you know there's some desires, some things deep in your heart that you want to do. There's a lot of people that even say, I'm not worthy to do what God has called me to do. But I'm telling you, you are, my friends. You are not unworthy. You are called. So step into that. The last one, Psalms 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. There's a lot of you watching this right now. You've never fully lived. You've never fully given your life over to the things of God. Do that today and start going after your God-given dream. Now, let's jump into the 12 steps. To accomplish any God-sized dream from start to finish, there's a lot of variables, there's a lot of seasons, and a lot of different things that you're going to go through. Okay, the very first thing, number one, is the dream itself. You've got to receive the dream, which comes in the form of God giving you a prophetic word, or something is just imparted into you. Or I've even had young men say that I saw somebody doing something and I knew without a shadow of a doubt, that is what I want to do with the rest of my life. You have got to get that dream. And when you get that dream, you gotta treat it like a newborn baby. Don't let everybody touch your dream. Don't let everybody hold your dream. You pull that dream in and you nurture that dream because it's yours, okay? Number one, you gotta get the dream. Number two, decision. You got to make a decision in your heart that you are going to accomplish your God-given dream no matter what it takes. You know, the word heart, actually broken up in the Bible, means spirit and soul. Soul means mind and emotion. So you got to get this in your spirit, in your mind, in your emotions, that you have got to make the decision that you're going to do your dream no matter what comes your way. Number three, discipline. You got to have discipline to go after your God dream. If you need a certain talent to accomplish your God dream, you go find some professionals in that field and you get around them. If you can find them locally, you buy their lunch, you take them for coffee, and you sit there and ask them to give you wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in this field. Whatever you do in life, make sure you are an expert in that field. You have to make that decision to be disciplined to go after it. I mean, whatever God has called you to, get up early in the morning, stay up late at night. I wrote my first book an hour and a half before anybody got up. I remember they would go to bed and I would stay up late at night. I remember times we would go over to my mother-in-law's house and they would swim. Well, I would swim for a little bit with the family because I love family time, but then I would pull back and go in a back room and I would write. I would write whenever I needed to because I was disciplined. The fourth thing is detachment. Now, as I go through these 12, everybody can identify themselves in one of those positions. And wherever I help you find yourself, therefore, you need to start moving forward in that area, in every other area after that. Detachment. Already lost a lot of people because you will not detach from your old season. See, in your old season, a lot of times what happens is you're around family members and friends and acquaintances that they will not allow their mind to go any further. Therefore, every time you get ready to go forward, they will grab you and say, hey, why don't you stay back here? Or they will put a verbal hook in you to try to keep you from moving forward. There's a lot of times in your life, you're at a job and you've got to detach from that job. You're in a church and it could be a good church, but they're not wanting to move forward in the things of God. To do and start that new ministry, you have to move forward. You have to detach from some things behind you to move forward. The fifth one, I hate to say this, delay. A lot of people are in a delay. Your life is in a holding pattern. Your dream is in a holding pattern. Remember this, a delay is not a denial. It's just a delay. But think about this. There is a process that you must go through to receive a promise. A lot of times your delay is you just learning. You've got to learn. You've got to be equipped. You've got to be trained. A lot of times we're wanting automatically to get our dream, but the delay process is actually the process that is training you, equipping you, and teaching you. Go through this delay period. Don't rush the process. Learn what you need to learn, okay? The delay process can actually be your friend and help you. The sixth thing is determination. Hey, if you got through the delay, that means you got determination. And to be determined to do what the Lord has called you to. You know, this is what happens a lot of times. Somebody will step out on a new God adventure. They will step out in ministry, in a business, and then their finances go bad, so they quit. Well, did God say, I want you to launch this new business. I want you to start this new ministry. But hey, if it's a rainy day, don't work. If you get a sinus headache, don't work. If somebody comes against you, don't move forward. The Lord doesn't say that. What happens is we get a prophetic word from God in the middle of our prayer room. Some of you may be wrapped in a blanket on a cold morning, drinking your coffee, and it's just perfect. But when you step out in the real world, people criticize you. People try to find every reason why your dream will not be accomplished, why it's going to fail. And they'll start spitting negativity toward you. This is when determination has to step in. You did not give me my dream. Therefore, you cannot tell me the outcome of my dream. I will move forward just like God has called me to. You've got to be determined, because a lot of times the people who come against you the most are the ones closest to you. Oh, don't step out. You'll fail at that. Don't quit that good job. Don't leave that church right there. Be comfortable. Be comfortable. You've got to go for your dream, I'm telling you today. Number 7, difficulty. As soon as you're determined to move forward, difficulty sets in. I don't know why, but it's a good thing. But because you're going to go through the difficult season, you're going to go through the difficult time, and you're going to press through that time, and it's going to make you stronger. Resistance makes you stronger. Keep pushing. Every critical word, keep going through it. Every setback, keep going through it. Every delay, keep going through it. Go through the difficult times. 8, devotion. This is how you stay strong in your daily devotion. Every single day, you need to be devoted to the Lord. When you stay devoted, when you stay in there with God, you will accomplish what you're called to do, because every moment you're in prayer is never wasted, and God will speak to you. He will encourage you, and He will equip you. to keep moving forward. Make sure your devotion life with God is strong and you can keep moving forward in your God-given dream. I love number 9, dependability. God is looking for somebody to be devoted in the difficult time and be determined, because the dependability is going to show character. It's going to show integrity. And at this point in your God dream, everybody's looking around you and they're saying what they've went through, it would have killed 99% of the people, but why are they still here? I'll tell you why. 2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, so God can show himself strong on behalf of those people whose heart is completely loyal to him. What is that? My friends, that is the favor of God. That is the blessing of God. And that is the insight of God. When God finds somebody whose heart is completely loyal to him, he will show himself strong. That means he's going to put his favor on you. He's going to give you insight from heaven. He's going to bless you with himself and with man. And everybody's going to look at you and say, what in the world is different about them? How do they keep making it through? Because that dream is so real inside of you, because you are dependable for the Lord. Number 10, the dead end. You are dependable. You are determined. You're devoted. You've made it through all of this stuff. Roadblock. You hit a roadblock and you look around, you are surrounded by a mountain, a wall. There's no way through it. There's no way around it, under it, underneath it, anything. You hit a roadblock, a dead end. This is when you decide, God, I'm going to make it. I've came this far. I'm not turning back. God, you gave me a dream. I went through every season. I've went through every obstacle. I'm about to enter my promised land. But God, I hit a dead end. This is when you lower your shoulder and you give it another try. This is when you up your prayer time. This is when you up your time of fasting and prayer. This is when you contact your mentors. This is when you contact your intercessors and say, all hands on deck, we're moving ahead. The dead end is a time that you've got to have more tenacity. There's been so many people stop at the dead end. They're tired. They're weary. They're willing to give up. But on the other side of this dead end, I'm telling you, it is everything that you've ever wanted and believed in. Number 11, direction. It is the direction to get out of the dead end. It is what you needed. You said, God, I don't have but just a little bit left in me. That's all he needs to set you on the right course. He will guide you. He will lead you. Number 12 is the day of your delivery. It is the day of destiny. It is when you step into it. My friends, it's like when I got my college diploma. I looked at this diploma. I was 37 years old when I got my bachelor's degree. I cried. You know what? Because I got there. It took me a while, but I got there. When I stepped up and we launched Roar Church Texarkana, when we got there, we launched it in 12 days. When we got there, it was powerful. When we launched our apostolic network, my wife and I, when we bought this house that we're videoing in right now, that day of delivery, it was something. I'm telling you, it is worth everything you've gone through. In all of your life, being a child of God, you're going to go from dream to dream to dream to dream. And these 12 steps from dream to destiny, you're going to go through these same 12 steps over and over and over and over. And I'm telling you, every time, every step is so worth it. My friends, go get your God dream today.